Man, I feel like the "nah, I'd win" thing that Gojo said is over memed. I feel like most of the people, and I'm not referring to solely Jujutsu Kaisen readers, doesn't really understand what Gojo meant when he said that, or doesn't really, read Jujutsu Kaisen like that. And I'm kind of irked about it, so I'm making a video of it right now. So, what did Gojo really mean when he said that, nah, I'd win? So, let's first talk about Gojo. Gojo's past, he was lonely back in the day. Back when he was a kid, he hated everybody. You can see when he was like 10 years old, there was the scene right when some assassins was targeting him and he saw the assassins and he said that, what did he say? He said that, yeah, you all are trash. Y'all are trash. Don't look at me. And surprisingly, when he was like in high school, he became such a fun-loving, arrogant, mostly narcissistic person, but fun-loving. He had some friends. He had some close friends. He had the best friend back in the day. And I would be interested to see how that happened, how that transitioned from that kid, from the flashback in Shibuya to the funny, um, arrogant yet relied on Gojo that we know today. How did that happen? One thing we knew right now is that, or even back then, he likes friends, not weak friends, but friends, because he was lonely. He was lonely because he was so strong. He was considered to be this kind of messianic kind of figure that was born every, like, what, 500 years, who was supposed to be very strong and who's always protected and almost royalty, to the point where he had to just sneak away to buy candy. He's lonely and he met this dude Suguru, who he thought and they thought they understood each other until they didn't, right? So I would be interested to see that. But my point being is that Gojo is a lonely person. So that Nide win thing, I think he's not really like, yeah, he's probably saying, yeah, I could probably beat him. It's gonna be a hard fight. He said that too. It's gonna be a hard fight. Don't get me wrong. But I can beat Sukuna. He probably thinks that in reality. He probably thinks, yeah, ain't nobody can beat me. Sukuna. No, ain't nobody can beat. He probably thinks that. But he probably also thinks deep down, well, even if I lose, I have y'all. I have my students, my strong students that I seeked, even if it's unseriously. It's very unserious how he did the seeking, the teaching. But I have y'all, so it doesn't really matter. I'm sure that even if I lost, I have y'all, and you're gonna beat him for me, which is happening right now in the manga. Spoiler alert. So I think the night win thing is more like that. He thinks probably it's both. He thinks probably that he could beat Sukuna. He could beat him. Ain't no problem. He probably thinks that it's gonna be a hard fight. I'm thrilled for the first time. It's gonna be a hard fight for me, but I could beat him. But yeah, he has what Sukuna doesn't have, which is allies and strong friends that he could really trust. All Sukuna has is that dude girl Uraume, and that's it. Hakari is taking care of him or her. So yeah, that's what I think that meant. That those words meant is that, well, even if I lose, nah, I'd win. What are your thoughts about this thing? What do you really feel about the nah, I'd win thing? Because people, I feel like people who just meme it are people who really just don't like the ending of the fight between him and Sukuna. I feel like most of them are just butthurt. That's what I really feel. And yeah, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think that it's wrong that it ended the way it did, or do you feel like it's cool like me? It's cool that it ended that way. I'm not gonna change it any other way. What do you think?